What is going on, guys? Back here with you. Different day. I believe we left off on putting the timing cover on, the billet gears on, getting it in time, the oil dipstick, I do believe. So we're kind of in a standstill right now. So I am spending a little quality time with the 240. Getting the engine bay kind of just cleaned up. When we first moved here, I had to leave it out in front of the garage for a couple weeks. Caused it to get a little bit of rust in places, so mainly just taking the wire wheel there and trying to hit all these places that have a little bit of rust on them, just to kind of get it smooth surface and to get ready for the primer. I am going to be putting gray primer on it, just kind of getting it ready to rock and roll. Still don't know what color I'm going to put with the engine bay. It's going to have to go something with the orange that we have over there for the engine. So still waiting on that. So for right now, just got the wire wheel going down. I have a oil bracket retaining clip, or oil tube retaining bracket. That's what it's, or something like that. It's for the extra hole onto the oil dipstick tube or oil tube. There's going to be a metal bracket that goes around. Guess there's a whole lot of issues with it leaking. But we have the Jegs oil tube that I picked up from Jegs. And then we have our Jegs oil pan as well. My LS7 lifters in. Still waiting on. Yeah, so I'm still waiting on the retaining or the bracket for the oil tube, and then I'm also waiting on my trays, lifter trays, and then after that we're good to go. Button the bottom up, and then get the heads together. Oh, another thing. For you guys that seen the last video, so it was kind of a bitch. Sorry, excuse my language, but to make a valve spring compressor that would compress these springs, I need like a superhero compressor, because it's crazy. So I broke one, I bent one, and one didn't work, and the one I made snapped. So I went ahead and broke down, ordered one off of Amazon. It's an LS valve spring compressor. I believe it's the same thing as Summit and Jegs, except it was like $10-20 cheaper. Plus I had Prime, so I didn't have to pay for shipping. So I saved quite a bit of money. So we got that on the way. So that'll be here, should be here tomorrow. Let's see, today's Wednesday, so Thursday, so tomorrow. Everything should be here tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. So that would be the bracket, the valve spring compressor, and the lifter trays. So once we have that, I'll be able to button up the heads, get the heads together. Our next purchase will be the valve, or be the rockers. I'm not going to go with the trunnion kit, just because you spend $40 more and you can actually get the rockers with the trunnion kit that's already in it from Summit. So I'll go that way. But for right now, it's nasty, rainy weather. It's like May 12th, 13th, something like that. For it to be May, it's definitely not warm. So that's what we're doing, guys. Just kind of killing time until tomorrow, until I can start working on the engine a lot more. We have a whole lot of parts sitting on the table, just ready to get the other ones together before we can put the other ones in it. So let's work on this engine bay. done a little bit of cleaning, put the engine over here to the right of my workbench and my toolboxes. I did have a bunch of totes that was right there. Looked kind of nasty, just kind of overfull. Then I took my shelf that I had right there and mounted it to the wall, and then hung my cans up so it's kind of off the ground, out of the way. I like it better that way. So got a whole lot of parts. We'll go over it again. I got my oil pan gasket, head gaskets, lifters, head bolts, oil pan bolts, valves, springs. Got everything. Not completely 100% everything, but enough to get the bottom of the oil pan or the bottom of the engine done, and then we'll flip it around. I am expecting a LS valve compressor today, so it should be here in a minute. But that is coming, so we'll get that shortly, hopefully. But until then, we'll go ahead and get the bottom of the engine done, and then these beautiful heads will sit there and wait till that LS valve compressor comes. Because I don't have any luck with the ones that I've had. Obviously, you guys have seen. So let's go ahead and pull this baby out and get the oil pan on it. Right, let's get our stuff together. I had to go and buy some of these M8 by 1.25 bolts for my oil pan. So that is going to be the bolts that you need for the oil pan if you get. Then I also go get some washers. I got all this at Lowe's. Here we go. Got the pan on. I still like 2 bolts in the back that I don't have. That was actually smaller in diameter. I took this size, like it's a lot smaller than this. As you can tell, it's for the 2 back bolts. So, but got that on. Got them torqued down. I had to order 2 of the. I just call them head pins, really, or dowel pins. Yeah, dowel pins. I had to order 2 new dowel pins from GM. So got those babies. Cause the bad thing about it is these heads. Those are for the 5.3 706 heads, and dowel pins was in one head, and then the other set of the dowel pins were not. So kind of screwed me. So we're gonna get them set up and get them in the new trays, and then go ahead and get them in the head, and then go ahead and get the head gaskets on, so forth and so on. Then got I don't think I got any of this on camera, on video, but just maybe I did. Can't really remember at the second. But got the most of the engine bay primered up, so I wasn't getting rust everywhere, or the rust wasn't growing everywhere. I might well add. So it was a little stubborn, but good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some assembly lube down in here, just for the time being, because it's gonna be maybe a little while before I get it up and running. So go ahead and sit you guys down and get the rest of these babies in. A whole lot didn't go on yesterday. You guys seen what I got done. More towards the evening, I did get my LS valve compressor in, and I did already install 2 springs just to make sure it worked. I didn't want to waste time on a video and trying to get this right. So worked out awesome. kind of sketchy at first, just because compressing these springs, it's always sketchy. But it is like 8 o'clock in the morning. I woke up at 7 and wanted to get out here and get to it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get these heads assembled and hopefully get them bolted onto the engine. So there we will have almost a complete engine. So yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and install a few of these and get those on, and let's get to it. So as you guys can see, this is the valve compressor that is on Amazon. I paid $45 for this, $45. But anyway, it mounts to your head with 2 bolts. It comes with the bolts, comes out with all the hardware, and then comes with instructions on how to operate it. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but enough explaining it and let you guys see it work. So put my hats on top there. Just kind of line them up, and then go ahead and tighten it down. That way it has some tension on it. And it may not be a whole lot of safety, but it's better than none. And I just like to keep it around that, because just in case something breaks, I don't want these springs flying everywhere, the hat's going everywhere, and then I'll lose it. You can see my valve sticking through there. You can see how this sits. Yes, I know this has got the lip. This is not for the valve side of the valve spring side. I've already looked up, and it was the way that it's showing right now. So, and it worked. So I just went ahead and stayed with it. There we go, boom. So nervous, so sketchy. And then I just take this up top, leave it there, and take these 2 bolts out. And boom, bada bing, bada boom, move over. I guess it'll be done shortly. Getting all loud. So, I have been recording for 30 minutes and 15 seconds, and that's what we got with 2, 4, 6 springs. Guys, this is tedious thing. It's definitely something you don't want to rush through. You don't want to crank it down, uncrank it as quick as you can and get through it. These are very dangerous if the clip or the seat does not sit in properly, and you do not catch it when you release the pressure from it. Watch out. I mean, you could really, really get hurt. There was a video, I want to say it's the last video. I believe it's the last video before this one. You could see it looked like I got punched, but it was actually the C-clip that I made that I welded to the bracket to try and put onto the head to make a compressor. The weld broke between the C-clamp and the piece of steel. I guess because the C-clamp was a weaker metal than the flat stock, but it's pow came out and nailed me in the eye. The spring did, and I thought I had lost my eye, let alone my eyesight. So just be careful with these guys. Very, very dangerous. But it is such a relief to have these put in. So you guys, hopefully that helped you guys out a lot, especially you guys that's doing your own kit. Saves you money. Finished product, not completely finished. We still lack our rockers and such, but there we go, guys. BTR 3 stage 3 cam kit, valve springs. Boom, done. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I'm gonna go ahead and get the other head knocked out. Lifters already in, we already got the lifters in. Okay, yeah, next video we're gonna go ahead and get the other head done, and then we'll get both heads put on the engine and get those bolted down, and then we'll go from there. So I hope you guys liked the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you have any advice, bump it down, hit me up, let me know. Until then, I'll see you soon.